You can actually print on fabric at home using your regular printer, and I'm going to show you how. This is such an easy way and less messy way to print on fabric using things you already have at home. Welcome to my channel. My name is Claudette with Miss Puff Creative Corner, so let's jump right into it. So let's start with the items that you'll need. You'll need some cotton fabric. I got mine from Hobby Lobby. You're going to need some freezer paper, which you can get from your grocery store. I got mine from Walmart, an iron, an inkjet printer, and your design, and also some printer paper, 11 by 8.5 in inches. So we're going to use the printer paper as our pattern. So what we're first going to do, we're going to take our printer paper, which is 11 inches by 8.5 inches, and we're going to use that as a pattern. So we're going to cut our freezer paper down to the dimension of the printer paper. So quick tip on freezer paper, you could also use it for creating stencils, quilting, templates, and tracing patterns onto fabric. So it's definitely something worth keeping in your craft stash. So we're going to cut out our fabrics to those dimensions as well. So after I cut out my fabric, I wanted to give it more of a vintage look, so I went ahead and tea-dye it. But my mistake was, after I dyed it, I went ahead and I threw it in the dryer and that shrunk it. So learn from my mistake. If you're going to tea-dye it, you want to pre-shrink your fabric first before you cut your dimension, or after you tea-dye it, air dry it. So here I'm just pressing mine out after I took it out of the dryer. Now the freezer paper has two sides, a paper side and a shiny side. You want to put your fabric on top of the shiny side. So I'm going to place my fabric on top of the shiny side. I'm going to flip it over, and so to stabilize my fabric so I don't move around my sheet, and then I'm going to go ahead and press that down. So you're going to press, and I have the steam fast iron, and that's a mini iron I keep in my craft space. You could get that from Amazon, or I think Hobby Lobby has those too as well. I have it on the highest setting, so that shiny side is going to melt and adhere the freezer paper to the fabric. So I'm going to press on top of the freezer paper on the paper side. Then after I press that side, I'm going to flip it over to the fabric side, and I'm going to give that a press to as well. I created some projects over the Christmas holidays using this technique, and I use one freezer paper like 5 times. So you could reuse the same freezer paper like 4 or 5 times. My printer is a Canon TS8820 inkjet printer. I love the fact that it has a red tray feature to feed the fabric in smoothly. So I'm just going to cut now the excess of that freezer paper, and my actual fabric was 8.5 by 10 inches. That's what it shrunk down to. So after you press your fabric to your freezer paper, you want to make sure you get all those little stray threads and cut those, and then you want to make sure there's no fuzz or thread on top of the fabric, so once it prints nice and clean, and none of those stuff get in your printer. And the nice thing about this is no glue or anything to jam up your printer. This is nice and a clean, efficient way of printing on fabric, and safe. So now I'm going to go ahead, this is my pattern that I created, and I am going to go ahead and run this through my printer. I am going to put this on portrait, and I'm going to put it on 8 by 10 to print, and I am going to scale it down to 76% to print. Then I am going to make sure it's in the red tray of my printer, and then I'm going to go ahead and print. So now guys, before you actually print on your fabric, do a test run on printer paper to make sure it comes out the way you want it and everything is centered, or your design is exactly how you want it to appear on your fabric. You want to print on the highest quality setting, and when it's all said and done, you want to go ahead and let that ink dry for 10-15 minutes. Then you want to heat press it, so you're going to press it on the wrong side, not on the design side of your fabric. So heat setting it is going to lock the ink into the fabric so it doesn't smear or fade. And some people use like a starch on the fabric before they actually print on it too as well. And by adding the starch, it helps to prevent ink from bleeding. I haven't tried that yet. So if you like my design that I created here today, I'm going to have a link down in the description box where you can download this particular pattern. So if you guys like what you saw here today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you could be updated when I upload my latest videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on that next video.